what he delivers, in the training environment, what he delivers in and around the other players, and the biggest thing for me is that he makes the rest of them better, and that's a huge sign of respect from a guy who's played as much as his, that still continually, whether it's in the gym or on the training field, that he is trying to grow the environment, and from that end he's been fantastic.
It's transient, players come and go, but this environment is going to stay, and we want it to grow, and we want to build on what we've won over the past 5 or 6 years, and it's exciting to have been part of it, and I still want to remain in contact with it because it's special, and you could feel there's something there's something unique here, and Leo's going to be obviously involved in the coaching ticket next year, but I'll always have a vested interest in Leinster because I know the transition that we managed to come from, the places where we managed to come from to where we are now, and with still great capabilities of growing. I just think from my own point of view it would be nice to still have an involvement of some sort. Nothing has formally been discussed. It was briefly mentioned, and there's been nothing put on it. I guess from my end all I can say is that if I felt as though I could add value in some capacity to the club, I would love, and I'd be honoured to still be involved in some shape or form. I think a complete break away from it would be hard. I want to break away from the day-to-day, scheduling of it, but I would love to be able for me to be able to come in on my terms and help out if it was needed in some capacity. That would be great.
What sort of areas interest you? Obviously, professional rugby is such a big industry now. There's the on-field side and there's so much else around. Is there any particular area?
No, not really. And I think I don't want to specify with it because I feel that there might be a place where I'd be able to add value where, someone might see something that I don't. It's not just from an on-field position where I could, giving tips to incumbent 13s. That's not the case. I think there's plenty of experience out there. Maybe just will be able to come from a different viewpoint as an ex-player, still thinking the way current players think. So it's just a slightly different angle, and I'd like to think that I could add something, whatever the scenario happened to be.
And for 8 or 9 years, I suppose the trophies eluded Leinster. So I mean, did that make the Heineken Cups all the sweeter, given that you'd worked so hard and so long to get to that point and then to win the 3?
Without a shadow of a doubt, I think changing with a big change in culture in our environment. I think both the setup here with Mick Dawson and his team, and also a lot to thank Michael Checa and the team that he put in place and the structures that he put in place helped us grow, gave us a home, and I think then mentality changed thereafter. Marrying that with talent, the hard work aspect, I think brought us to a good place, and now that has to be our standard for all the guys coming through the academy that see what it entails being a Leinster player and being involved in this organisation, that the minimum requirements. And it's nice to have come from where we did in '99 to be leaving the club hopefully in a good place, and having been part of that transition and helped to get to where it has gotten.
Right. Can you talk about Leo Cullen, his playing career, his importance, character, how he's going to transition?
I think he'll transition brilliantly. I think he's a ready-made coach. He's been coaching our team for years. He's been coaching all the underage guys coming through. All their line-out knowledge, Dev's line-out knowledge is, I would imagine, a huge component of Leo's hard work as a player, and he's always been so uncompromising and played on the edge, and I always loved having Leo in my team because you knew there was never going to be a backward step taken, and he was talented, maybe not the most talented of second rows, but my God, did he make up for it with his attitude. And as a person, I think he epitomises the current Leinster setup. I think I can't think of a better person to want to represent Leinster. And from a captaincy point of view, he's been exceptional the last 4 or 5 seasons that we've had him at the helm, and he's been a massive part of our transition too, and a massive part of the reason why we've been able to turn things around.